We're live at 5. I know it's 11 a.m. Eastern, but it is 5 p.m. in Barcelona. So I thought it was cute. When I made this, I was like, live at 5. But most people watch me from the US currently. Nonetheless, welcome. Welcome, beauties. This is Icon Hour. I am so excited to have you here. Today, we're talking about more along the lines of the exit plan and how to create wealth, but in a lane that I excel in, conversion. Everyone online is chasing. What are they chasing? Likes, comments, shares. I know because I hear it from my coaching clients and people in my world. But none of that pays your freaking bills. Say amen if you agree, drop it in the chat. Okay? What actually builds freedom is influence that converts. And that is what we're talking about today. I'm Ebony Dawkins. I've built multiple 6 and 7 figure businesses across real estate, childcare, coaching, and agencies. But the one thing that I've always been known for is I convert. I convert. Drop a fire emoji in the chat if you are ready today, ready to talk about influence that actually converts, not just vanity metrics. I'm waiting. Let me see you guys light this chat up. I cannot wait. And if you're watching this on replay, light it up again. So here's the thing. Most people get this so wrong, right? They think more leads, more freedom. And in real estate, they buy leads thinking that that is going to be the case, even in the coaching industry. But more isn't better if you don't know how to convert, right? Industry average conversion is about 1 to 3%. My conversion is 47 to 65%. Closing between 42 to 52 homes a year off of 80 to 90 leads when I was in full-time real estate. I never had more than 90 leads in my CRM. And I'm not talking about Sphere, people that already know, like, and trust me. Those people will do business from you or with you. But in order to scale a business where you have freedom and you are making millions and you are in that 1% and you are living that dream life and you are catching those private planes or that first class flight or whatever it is. For me, when I started, it was to pay for my babies to go to college, right? Off of 80 to 90 leads, I was closing 40 to 50 homes a year. That's 15 to 20 times the industry average. And that's what put me in the top 1% of my market. It was not hustle, but it was conversion. Let me get a yes. Who here is tired of chasing more instead of converting what they already have? Hands up, drop a hand up or 2 hands up in the chat if you agree with that. You're tired of chasing. You're tired of posting 100 times, 3 times here, 5 times here, 19 times there, right? When I went online, I had the same thing happen. I didn't need 100,000 followers. $100,000 I would love, but I didn't need 100,000 followers. Matter of fact, I had so many, and still to this day, people asking me, "Can I help you get your follower count up?" With just 3,500 on TikTok and 1,100 on Instagram, I'm pulling in 30K months consistently. And you know why? Because I wasn't chasing followers. I was converting the ones I had. I was building relationships with the people who were already hopping into my world. And that, baby, that's Icon Era conversion model. That's what you learn inside my world You learn sales, psychology, conversion. That's the model, baby. And the way you get there, it starts with one aligned offer. An aligned offer is an easy yes, not 14 scattered services, but one signature offer that positions you as the authority and makes it effortless for the right people to buy from you. I see so many people in this industry every month, they're changing offers, they're trying this, they're essentially throwing spaghetti at the wall, right? But what you need to identify is the easy yes. What does your ideal client need right now that's going to change their life, their business, the trajectory of what they have going on? The second part of this is branded visibility. When I talk about visibility, excuse me, I'm not talking about posting. I'm talking about positioning. That is a huge difference. Creating influence that builds instant trust. So even a small, tiny audience sees you as the obvious choice. That is what branded visibility is. The third part to this is freedom systems. This is the part that people get scared of. But I am a huge fan of simple scales, complex fails. Automations, workflows, and back-end structures that let you stop being the sales machine. And I'm going to be 100% with you. When I got into this online world, no one talked about this, or there are very few people. I had no idea that putting in these automations, these workflows would take me from struggling to get $1,000 or $2,000 a month in this business to 30K. This is so your income flows while you live, while you sleep, while you are free doing the things you love to do. This is literally how I took this business from 0 to 300,000 in 1 year. In 1 year, when my systems replaced me as the bottleneck. Let me know if this hits home. Drop a yes if you would rather convert 10 aligned people than chase 10,000 unaligned followers. I just want to know. Let me know, okay? And something I'm curious about also, when you think about the things that I just said, the 3 keys to getting to that exit, the offer, the visibility, the systems, where do you feel you need the most help right now? Not tomorrow, not what you're building, but right now. Is it your offer? Is there not an immediate yes there? Is it the visibility? Or is it the systems, the back end systems? Now, I know what you are saying. Some of you are probably thinking it. Ebony, I don't feel like I can sell like you. That's true. You can't because you're not me. But I want to stop you right here and tell you I didn't start out this way either. My very first online offer, it was $1,500 for a 6-week program, all about mindset for the burned out woman CEO. I didn't have perfect systems. I didn't have polished branding. They're still up on my Instagram. You can scroll back and go check it out. And honestly, I was terrified to put this offer out. But here's the thing, it's still converted. It's still converted. Even messy, even imperfected, women said yes because I was speaking to a problem that they were currently living and I offered them alignment. Do you see yourself doing this within your offers? A lot of offers I see in the marketplace are checks in the box where they have this templated, that, this, that. You must follow my framework or it won't work type of thing. But the key is to have these 3 things working like a well-oiled machine. I'm curious, who ever delayed a launch because it didn't feel perfect? Some of us look for that perfection. I'll give you another example. I have a client, her name is Diana. She came to me in the exact same place. She didn't think she could sell. She never sold online at all. She doubted if anyone would buy from her. And she was really worried she wasn't ready. Does that sound familiar? What we did together was pull out her genius zone. We packaged it into an offer that actually matched who she is. Not who she wants to be, but who she is. Because your offers need to be in alignment with what you truly have mastered. This is another thing that we see in the market. People are teaching things that they are not a master at, which is then teaching or treating or sending people down a road of confusion. After we got her genius zone pinned down and we packaged her offer, we put it into an automation. And guess what? She went from doubting herself to pulling in consistent 10Ks. Not because she suddenly turned into some pushy salesperson. She's not. She's very quiet and very timid. But because her offer and her frequency lined up with her truth. If Diana's story feels like yours, type aligned in the chat. You don't have to be this ginormous personality to create the life you want. Here's what I want you to understand. Conversion, it's not about being the loudest. Conversion is not about hard closing. Conversion is alignment. When your energy, your genius, your offers are aligned, selling doesn't have to be forced. It feels natural. People don't just feel sold, they feel seen. And that's what most people want, is to be seen. Can you feel that difference? Alignment versus pressure? So, no, you don't need to sell like me. You don't need to sell like anyone. You need to sell like you. And that's exactly what we create inside of Icon Era. It's alignment so powerful that conversions become second nature. Conversion isn't pushy sales. I'm not that kind of girl who wants to continually beg or force or make you feel like you need this thing. It's alignment. When you're in the right frequency with the right offer, the sale becomes natural. Also natural. Be honest. Who here has ever hesitated to put an offer out because they didn't feel ready to drop it? Tell me, does finding out this framework make it feel a little lighter to you to know that it doesn't have to be perfect in order to convert? Perfection is what we seek, but it's a thing that can stop us from creating our freedom. So many of you even feel like, I don't have an audience. I've heard this before. I don't have an audience. Well, here's the truth bomb. I hit consistent 30K months with fewer than 5,000 followers, and I work 15 to 20 hours a week. Would you rather 100,000 followers who don't buy, or 1,000 who trust you enough to invest? You tell me what you would rather, right? Conversion is the difference between influence and income. It's why I thrived in real estate. It's why I thrive online. And it's exactly what I teach in Icon Era, where women stop chasing likes and start building freedom through influence that converts. If this is hitting for you, drop Icon in the chat so that I know who's ready to build the business that lets you live anywhere and earn everywhere. Because that's what's important. So let's do a recap of what we talked about. Conversion is the difference between what? Influence and income. It's why I was able to thrive in real estate at a 50 to 60% conversion rate while the industry sat at 1 to 3%. It's how I took a tiny audience and turned it into consistent 30K months online. And it's what I teach my clients, like Diana, who went from doubting she could sell at all online to creating consistent 10K months. Now, here's the truth, okay? You don't need more leads. You don't need more followers. You don't need another checklist. You, my dear, you just need to step in alignment with what you've created and your brand and your systems so that conversion is easy, it is natural. And I want to help you start that right now. That's why I created the business bundle. It's exactly the toolkit to help you start building your own exit plan. Inside, you're going to get my framework. You're going to get done for you slides. You're going to get scripts. It's amazing. It's going to pull out your genius zone and package it into an aligned offer. The foundation of systems I use to go from 30K to 100K. And a starting point that bridges you directly to Icon Era if you decide to step in later. Who here feels they're ready to start building their exit plan today, even if it's step one? Drop start in my chat. I want to see it. Light it up. Here's what I want you to do next. I want you to go to the link that I'm going to drop under this video and grab the business bundle. It's your first step into my world of aligned offers. And if you're ready for something more to step into your Icon Era and experience inner work and also a retreat, DM me on Instagram Icon after this, and my team will get you started right away. Either way, the point is, your next step doesn't have to be when you quit your job or you switch careers or you change businesses. It starts the moment you design just one offer that pays you like your career, but frees you from the grind, from that rat race, and lets you get started today. Thanks for coming as always. I love these Mondays, except it's not Monday, Thursdays, Friday Eve. I love these Friday Eves with you guys. And I love coming in here and just dropping so much knowledge that I have and sharing. I wish you well. Mwah. Bye, beauties.